It's a great pleasure to welcome Royal Republic to Italy. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Grazie mille.
Oh, grazie mille. So you know some Italian?
It's always like we always think we do, but we just know the dirty stuff. Like the really, the stuff that's not cool.
So we won't go into that any further.
Why not?
Okay, so you're here to present your brand new amazing album, Save the Nation. So first of all, guys, introduce me to the album. How would you describe it?
Well,
your brand new baby.
I would say for those who have heard our band before, this one is a bit more different in the sense that it's recorded pretty much live in the studio in Berlin this time. And the songs are a bit more dynamic. We have a bit more melody, a bit more pop influences on this one than on the last album. I think the songs are a bit bigger. And combined with like the old album and the new album, Save the Nation, it's like taking this on tour, it just makes the perfect concert. We can, take from both of these albums and like really complete the set list. So I'm really, really happy about the new album.
And I know that your aim is to win the heart of the masses. To win the heart of one person is already quite hard. So how can we win the heart of many?
No, come on. Gifts, yes. Actually, that is like a conclusion that we came to a couple of times. It's like we tried doing so much. We tried doing interviews and taking nice photos and doing everything. But it's like the thing that really gets people is presents. You give people like free shirts, they'll be like, yeah, I totally dig your band. So, I don't know. I mean, we toured our way to where we are right now. It's very different. In some countries we play thousands of people a night, and in some countries we played, a couple of hundred, and some countries we played like 50 people. And it's all different, but we got there through playing live and through touring. And you can only tour like one place at a time, so that's the reason why it's so different and why it takes some time, in some countries. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's what we do.
And I know, in fact, your live shows are very intense. So how can each show be different, be something special?
I try and keep it kind of, you can plan for a show to a certain degree, to a certain point, but then there has to be like some improvisation in there. Otherwise, the show is dead to me. It's like if I'm watching a show, I don't want to have the exactly same speech that the singer always does, every night. Yeah. You can just feel that it's, it's just something.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to just adapt to wherever you're playing and the crowd that you're playing. Some nights you have a crowd that's going berserk. Some nights people just want to stand and watch and listen. So it's always like different. You got to just adapt.
And how do songs change? Your feelings to your own songs change when you record them in the studio and when you actually sing them in front of, thousands of people. Do you feel different towards your own text, your own songs?
I don't really think too much about the lyrics, really, or the text. It's just, of course it's really cool to hear your song being sung by, 1,000 people or 2,000 people or even, 100 people. It's an amazing feeling. I don't know. I guess we're so focused on what we're doing sometimes that you forget to enjoy the moment because you're so just focused on playing your guitar and singing your part and doing all that stuff. So sometimes it's a bit you got to stop but it's like you don't realize how cool it was until you see it on YouTube like a couple of days after. It's like, wow, that was fucking awesome.
Is that me, really?
Yeah.
And I know you said that songwriting keeps you happy. What do you mean by that?
I can't believe any of us said that.
That's bullshit.
That's a lie. Songwriting makes us unhappy.
It's just a lot of... Songwriting is usually a lot of pressure and just trying to... I don't know.
It's different. Because, when we wrote the songs for the first album, there was no pressure at all. Because, we didn't have a record company, we didn't have anything. We didn't have any like pressure to record or to do this.
Deadlines and so on.
Exactly, and then it was just so easy to just come up with all these ideas, and all of a sudden it was like now we had a first album out and it had like a small success and we got somewhere with it and people like it, and now there are huge expectations, from the fans and from the record company and from us, last but not least us ourselves.
Sure.
So writing songs can be like the easiest and funniest and most wonderful thing there is, and it can also be like the biggest pain in the ass you will ever felt, you know.
I see.
Like Rocco Siffredi times 10.
And in the song "You Ain't Nobody Till Somebody Hates You," you said that your biggest stardom occurs when you die. Why do you think people just can't seem to appreciate just the positive and simple things in life? Why?
Very good question. What we're asking. Jonas has the answer to that one.
I don't. I don't have the answer. No.
I guess it's very hard to understand, but it's just if you look around, it's pretty much that. Michael Ruff actually. You hear that?
Jesus, man.
Michael Ruff actually wrote a pretty nice lyric, and it was just like something like an observation too. It was like, we turn our eyes away from lovers, but we gather for a fight. And that's pretty much true, because, you know, people like drama, and people want to see, it's like that, if you see two people like kissing on the street or something, it's like, you know, they shouldn't be doing that here, and, you know, But if people start fighting, people will just come, hey, oh, fuck, camera, YouTube,
Yeah.
And then when both are down, somebody will step up and like, all right, break it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the hero.
But they're both dead already.
Just finish them off, like. No, but it's the same. I mean, look at all the celebrities out there. Look at all the greatest hits albums that came out as soon as someone died. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitney Houston's dead. Oh, and you know, greatest hits. Okay. And Whitney Houston was fucking awesome, and Michael Jackson was awesome, and all of them were great, you know? It's just a shame that so many artists don't get appreciated until after, you know, they're gone. Mm-hmm. And we only have like a couple of months left now, because the magic age to die is 27.
Oh, yes.
When you're in the rock business, and we have...
You have 2 months to go.
2 months left.
I got 3 months to go.
3 months?
Let's start the countdown.
We're gonna have a lot of pasta.
You guys, what would a dream-like tour of yours be? With what other bands or what other you know, artists?
I was gonna say like 2 days long. I don't know. We started like, I think for a while we all kind of were into the Foo Fighters, but now it kind of turned and we don't like them. Easy for Dave to say.
I would love to have toured with Elvis, like early on, opening up for Elvis.
Wow.
Kick ass.
Opening up for Elvis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or maybe even Hank Williams.
Oh, that's fucking street cred.
As always, I would have just loved to know, like, I would have gone back to the 80s, if ever possible, and toured with, like, Van Halen or Motley Crue or something like that, you know, in the mid-80s, just to see if it's all true. Like, if all these, like, idiotic stories are actually true, or if it's just bullshit. I guess we'll never know.
Right, that'd be interesting actually to know.
Yeah.
And I know your acoustic performances, like the one that we're going to see now, they're very particular. Like sometimes they're more emotional, sometimes they're more, let's say, peculiar, funny, bizarre, right? Tell us what you do acoustically.
Well, I mean, we're a rock and roll band, and we've seen so many rock and roll bands, you know, being forced to do acoustic shows is like, or maybe they want to, but they have to do acoustic shows. And I think one of the most boring ways is to just take your rock riffs and play them on an acoustic guitar. That doesn't sound as cool. So when we first started doing acoustic, it was like, okay, let's redo every song, you know, so that it works on an acoustic guitar, basically. So we started turning our songs into, you know, flamenco stuff, tango, and hip-hop, and speed country, boy band stuff, and just freaking out with it and having fun with it instead, you know, and not taking ourselves too seriously and just having fun. And that became something that we really enjoyed doing after a while, and something that people enjoyed watching us doing as well. So now we did this 4-part harmony thing for Addictive, the first single from Save the Nation, and that's like one of my favorite acoustic versions, I think.
That's awesome, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Very good.
Mille grazie.